Hey everybody, Thomas Castelli here for another episode of Tax Smart Q&A. And in this episode, I'm going to answer the question, is interest on a home equity line of credit, also known as a HELOC, tax deductible? Before I dive right into that, if you do like this video, go ahead and hit that like button to help more real estate investors become tax smart. All right, so is interest on a HELOC tax deductible? Well, the answer to that question is, of course, it depends. It's going to depend on how those proceeds are ultimately used. So let's say you have an investment property or a rental property and you take out a HELOC and you use those proceeds for business purposes, such as a down payment on another rental property towards renovations or whatever other business expenses you may have, then that interest is generally going to be tax deductible. However, if you use those proceeds from that HELOC for personal purposes, such as to take your family on a vacation or to go ahead and buy a new shiny sports car that you're going to use mostly for personal purposes, then generally speaking, that interest is not going to be tax deductible. Now, what if that interest is on a primary residence and not an investment property? Well, if you use the proceeds from that HELOC to improve your primary residence, then the interest is generally going to be tax deductible on Schedule A, just like your mortgage interest. Of course, that's going to be subject to the $750,000 mortgage interest cap, but it's going to be nonetheless tax deductible on Schedule A, assuming that's not the case, right? However, if the proceeds from the HELOC on your primary residence are used for business purposes, then you're going to make an informal election to treat that HELOC as not being attached to your primary residence, and then the proceeds are going to be categorized on how they're ultimately used. And if you use them for business purposes, such as the down payment on a future rental property, then the interest will also typically be tax deductible. To summarize, if you use the proceeds from a HELOC for business purposes, then it's typically going to be tax deductible. However, if you use those proceeds for personal reasons, then they're generally not going to be tax deductible. Have you used the HELOC recently? If you have, go ahead and drop us a comment below. Let us know how you used the proceeds for your last HELOC. And if you have questions like this, go ahead and join our free Facebook group by visiting www.facebook.com/group/tax smart investors. And who knows, we may just answer your question on the next episode of Tax Smart Q&A.